Hey guys, Sebastian from Tacoma Lifestyle here today, and I will be showing you how to turn your 4th gen Tacoma seats from this to this. Let's check it out. As you guys know, the lower trim models of the Tacoma come with cloth seats, where the nicer ones come with leather seats. Now, are you doomed? No. PRP has a solution for you. These are the PRP seat covers that cover up this cloth seats that are super susceptible to getting super wet and dirty, and cover them with this new leather design that looks incredible. This seat earlier today looked like this, and I'm going to show you now how to turn this into this. Okay, so these seat covers come in 3 different pieces. It comes in a midsection right here for your back, a lower section down here for the base of the seat, and then the headrest itself is separate. Now, I'll show you exactly how to put those on here in just a minute, but let's talk about some of the features and why you would do this. Having a leather upgrade, these particular seat covers are a custom one where we have leather and kind of a suede leather, almost an Alcantara. But the reason that you do this is to keep your seats in good condition, keep the weather off of them. This material right here is easily wipeable. If you spill anything on it, you don't have to worry about ruining your OEM seats, which in turn could help you with resale value if you decide to sell your truck in the future. So we've had this truck for about 10,000 miles, just under a year now. And you can see how dirty the seat has already gotten. Now, we're pretty careful in the truck, but this light gray is difficult, especially with it being cloth. There's not much you can do rather than going to a detailer and getting your seats shampooed once or twice every couple weeks, which isn't really an option for me. So the best thing to do for me is to get a seat cover that eliminates this problem. All right, so let's go ahead and jump right into this install. All right, so this is what comes in the kit that we ordered today. We got the full front seat kit as well as the rear seats. So obviously what comes in it is the covers for the seats themselves, but you're also getting headrest covers and a center console cover for your front seat options. And then in the back seats, again, it's going to be your seat covers themselves, and again, headrest covers for all those headrests back there. So we're going to jump straight into the install, and in order to do that, we're going to take the front seat of the truck out. This is not necessary. Again, I repeat, this is not necessary, but it will be easier, and it'll be easier for me to film and show you exactly how we do it. So I'm going to go ahead and go take that seat out right now. All right, so now that we have the seat pulled out of the vehicle, we're going to go ahead and start to put these PRP seat covers on this seat. Okay, so this is what the underside of your seat looks like. You'll see that there's this big flap that goes over the back, and that it is being held on by 2 bungees right here that go down to these plastic clips. So in order to access this inside, we're going to need to take these bungees off just by going like this, pulling them down. And again, just the same process, pulling it down until those slide off. They may be a little bit tough to get off. Once they're off, this whole thing just slides up. We'll then move our seat like this. Now you'll see that I've already kind of pushed this in, but you'll have that back piece just like this, and you're going to go ahead and push that in between the seat. Just kind of jam it in there with your fingers for now. It's fine. You'll want to stop where the leather ends and where this other material begins, or wherever the seam is. Just kind of push it back in there till you get it in the right spot. These seat covers do have a proper orientation. There is a specific cover for each seat. So you're going to notice that on the bottoms right here, you're going to go for the one that has this double stitching right here on the seatbelt side. So if it's got that double stitching, that goes on the seatbelt side. So this is going to be for our driver's seat. And then stepping over here to the top of our seat, you're going to want to orient the airbag to the outside of the vehicle. So the way this seat will sit is like this. The airbag will sit towards the outside of the vehicle. And go ahead and flip your seat one more time. And you'll see that these two plastic clips from your PRPs have come through on this side. You'll pull them, and there's a little plastic shelf right here just between the seat and the foam. You'll just go ahead and slide that on right there, just like this. Like that. And then like that. And I'm just going to leave this undone for now until we get the seat fully installed with the PRPs. Okay, so the name of the game here is small minor adjustments. You're going to be moving the seat around, kind of tucking things, but once you have it most of the way in, you'll notice on the underside of this lip right here, there's going to be this felt piece that is covering a piece of Velcro. You'll take that piece of Velcro, pull it under about as tight as you can, and Velcro it to the bottom of your seat. I'm going to go ahead and flip the seat just so you can see how far we pull it back. So we're just going to go ahead and try to pull it the best we can and get it under this lip right here, just to give us the best tension that we can. That way it's hooked in from the front and from the back. Okay, so once you have that installed, again, it may need some minor adjustments as you go. We're going to move on to the back of our seat right here. And in order to do that, we're going to need to remove our headrest first. There's just a trigger on the bottom of the headrest, just like in every vehicle. Just hold it down and lift the headrest up until it comes out of those two holes, and just sit this aside. Okay, so you'll notice on the back side of your seat cover, there are two zippers located on either side of the seat. You're just going to go ahead and unzip those. This is going to help with ease of installment. And then it'll open your seat up just like this. Then we can just lay it over just like so. Now we'll start pulling it down into shape, but one of the first things that we need to do is get this flap in between the top part of the seat and the cushion to go underneath to the backside so that we can connect it. Okay, so once you have this part down here fully tucked in, you'll see on the back side of your seat, I'll flip it over just so you can see. So you'll notice that you have this plastic piece in the way. In order to get this out of the way, what we're going to do is just kind of bend it back, and then you just go ahead and send it up this back side right here, and it should tuck nicely behind your PRP, just like that. And then you'll go ahead and take this, like this, and like this, and you'll go ahead and make that connection there, just like that. So next, we'll go ahead and we'll install our headrest cover onto our headrest, just by opening this up, undoing all the Velcro. And then I like to kind of stick my hand in there and just kind of puff everything up first before I slide the headrest over it. Kind of stand it up like this. And this is going to be a tight fit, so you're just going to kind of want to do your best. Some would recommend to heat up the covers first, just maybe by sitting them in the sun. So again, it's a very tight fit, but you're just grabbing and just go ahead and push it up until it falls into a nice position. Make sure to kind of like massage it over just so it's centered and looks the way you'd like it to look. And then once it's like that, take these over, sit them down, hook the Velcro to these pillars right here. Again, like so. And then the last step, we have to take this to this and make sure that is sitting nice so that it can go onto the top of the seat. Okay, so you'll notice that these are not completely lined up, and it's because this leather has to go on the underside of this plastic right here. So you'll take a pry tool, and what you're going to want to do is just kind of press, starting on one side, you just press it underneath and just go ahead and work that all the way around until it's fully put on. You will maybe hear some sort of stretching or tearing. Just as long as you don't tear it too much, it's okay. A little bit of stretching is necessary. All right, so once it's like that, you just push it down like that. You'll repeat the same thing right over here. Again, just kind of stretch it out, push it down. You'll notice it go out, down and around. And just like that, it goes on, stays on. Then you go ahead, Slide your seat headrest right back into position, and your seat has been completely transformed. Okay, so now that we've gone ahead and finished the front seats, we're gonna go ahead and move to these back seats and get them all set up. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is go ahead and pull this seat forward just enough to pull that headrest out, just like that. It literally just pulls and slides straight out, and we'll sit this aside. All right, so I've got the seat back cover, and I had the one for the passenger side. You can tell it's the one for the passenger side because on this right side, it'll have this little hole right here that lines up with the little notch that is in the side of your seat. So you just go ahead and take that, you flip it over like this just to start, and there's a zipper right here on this side. You're gonna unzip that just to give you some extra space while installing, and then we'll go ahead and just slide this over the top just like this by pulling it up slightly, pulling this over. Just go ahead and pull it down as best you can right here, because we are going to need to push this little piece underneath down here. It's going to go underneath the seat. So you're going to pull it up and around. Try to straighten out your seat the best you can. Make sure that it's pulled down all the way. Straighten it out the best you can. Pull it over, and then you're going to go ahead and zip up that zipper. Now it's going to be tough to zip this thing up just like every other one, but it's just because it's going to give you a nice tight fit. Once that's all done up, I like to just take the access zipper and just kind of tuck it into the back of the seat back here so you don't have that flapping around, right? After this, again, just kind of try to pull it down, straighten it out the best you can. You may need to readjust the seat a couple of times to make sure everything is perfect. Just kind of go ahead and tuck everything in with your fingers or a plastic pry tool to get everything in up behind the plastic. Okay, and so before you Velcro it down, just go ahead and take your plastic pry tool and just kind of stuff all this access up so that it can be tucked in right here with the plastic. Just kind of do your best to get it back there. Just make sure there's no loose ends. So once everything's tucked like that, we can take the seat itself, pull it down, grab our seat cover, pull this all the way up, remove this little felt liner that's holding the Velcro, and just go ahead and pull that up like that. As tight as you can. Tighter the better. And just like that, they are installed. You'll take your plastic pry tool up here and just go ahead and shove this access fabric underneath the OEM plastic up here. You may need to just kind of pry it over, make it fit right. Okay, so it's a really tight fit to get this all the way around, but you're just going to want to work it with a plastic pry tool. It is necessary to have one, and just kind of make sure that all of that fabric is tucked in right there, and then it sits in there really nice and pretty. So next we'll take the seat bottom and place it on the vehicle right here. Again, it's just going to be the one that has the single seat, because this is the only single seat. The other two are connected. So you'll use this on the passenger side of the car. In order to start doing this, just go ahead and unvelcro all of these Velcro straps that they have for you. And then this is really easy. All you're doing is lining it up and then tightening all these Velcro straps about as tight as you can make them. So flip it like that. Looks like a big jellyfish. Take it and just start slowly getting it to fit in the right places. Pull all of those through, just like so. Make sure everything is fitting properly. So once you have it oriented pretty well, you just go ahead and Velcro strap the bottom side right here, just like so. So in total, you'll have 2 going across and 2 going vertical. And then it should just slide right back down into position. And go ahead and finish off this seat, we'll go ahead and put the cover over the headrest just by sliding it in. Okay, so once you have it pulled all the way on, you go ahead and just Velcro everything into place. You'll see these two on the sides that go around the pillars. Velcro those down. Just like that and like that. Till those are Velcroed into place. And then go ahead and do the center one. And again, just make it as tight as possible to eliminate any wrinkles. And then install the covers. Okay, so now we've moved on to this side of the seat. We'll go ahead and remove both the headrests just like before by just lifting them up, taking them out, setting them aside. And then again, just like on the other ones, you have this zipper right here on the inside. Just gonna go ahead and unzip that just for easement of install. And we'll go ahead and start to get this thing to fit right. It's the exact same process as the last one, just a little bit bigger. So you just need to pull it down, get everything lined up. And then go ahead and pull this underneath. Helps it add extra space in here right now because our front seat is still out of the vehicle. I'd almost recommend that. If you guys do have both kits and you're taking the seats out of your vehicle, I fully recommend you just leaving the seats out until you get this back seat done. Go ahead and take this, tuck it underneath the seat. Just like that. Reach around. Pull those up like that. Okay, now we're ready to kind of start snugging things up to go ahead and do up this zipper. Again, it'll be snug, but that's what we want. Again, you may have to adjust a few things, make sure everything fits properly. Just kind of twist the seat, pull the PRPs as needed, just to try to make sure everything is lined up properly. And then take your plastic pry tool and go ahead and start tucking everything in, just like we did on the last one. And then we can go ahead, start making all this fit up here. Tuck that zipper, and then you're pulling this up and through. And again, goal here is to pull this as tight as you can so that it stays nice and snug. Okay, so once you've got all of your headrests and everything tucked in like that, you go ahead and just make sure you're pleased with the fitment down here around the plastic. If anything's sticking out, you just use your little plastic pry tool and just kind of push it up and in, make sure everything's tucked the way you like it tucked. And next we'll move down to the bottom of the seat. So that's where you'll take this right here. Again, it's exactly like the previous one. You'll have, this is your front side right here that folds down. And then the side with this U shape right here, this will be the side that goes on the inside, right in here, just like this. But in order to start putting them on, we'll flip it over and undo all these Velcro straps underneath. We're just gonna go like this. Everything good like that. Feed this through this. Just go ahead and shove that back there. And the same with this one. Just go ahead and push it back there. And then we can lift this up and pull from the underside to sink those in properly. So then again, you're just pulling all these until everything feels nice and lined up. Nice and tight. Pull it tight right up here. Perry. Just make sure all of his Velcro straps are pulled out. Pull everything up and just go ahead and start tightening everything down. So that. So once you have all of these strapped down properly, go ahead and drop your seat. And you'll notice that there's just a little bit of excess up here that you can just kind of pull out and tuck in as needed, just to make sure everything fits properly. And again, initially you're gonna have little wrinkles in the seats, but with time and as people sit on them, as you sit on them, everything will form pretty good to the seats. Okay, so when those are fully installed, now it's time to do our headrest. We'll do the center headrest and then we'll do the driver's side back seat headrest. But in order to do this, again, you're just opening this as much as you can. Just kind of, I like to kind of push it out so you can see the form, just so you know which direction to put it in. So in this one, just slide it in just like this. Really get that fitted in there. Just kind of pull on it. Really, you just want your seams to be straight and everything to look good. And then just go ahead and pull this all the way around. So then you're just going to go ahead and make sure everything is Velcroed together, nice and clean. Just like that. And then you'll go ahead and reinstall it into the vehicle. You may need to pull this forward a little bit, just get yourself the right angle. Okay, so next, just like the other one, you're gonna open up these side pieces. Just get everything opened up, puffed up, nice. And then just go ahead and slide your headrest in, just over just like this. Just like that. Till it's nice and snug. You may want to just kind of put your hand in there, just kind of really push it down. And then again, take these, go around the base of the pillars. This side, go around the base of the pillars. And then take this side right here, pull it down all the way so that there's no wrinkles. And then lay that over just like that. And it's ready to go back on the vehicle. Again, you just want to pull the seat forward just a little bit, line up everything, slide it back into its position. And just like that, the rear seats are fully covered in protective PRPs, and I think they look great. All right, everybody, so it is the next day. We went ahead and took this truck home, drove it, just to kind of give it an overall feel overnight of what we thought, and here are my total thoughts. First of all, the looks of the total interior is incredible. I love this red stitching with the two-tone leather. It looks great. I'm stoked for the extra protection that I get. Honestly, I love these seat covers and I think that they look great on the truck. So as far as installing a seat cover goes, this was really easy. It really didn't take me that much time. I did take the seats out of the vehicle, which I think in turn made it probably about the same amount of time as if I wouldn't have, just with the extra labor of taking the seat out. But it made it really easy. Honestly, these seat covers were not hard to install at all. Overall, the design of these seats are incredible. I love the PRP stitching that goes on the headrest. It makes the truck look really, really cool. The red also matches all the other red that's in the vehicle that has like the TRD badging. I think that this was an obvious, simple upgrade. And what I mean by that is that obvious in the regards of function, it looks incredible, but it also functions really well. And then simple, it wasn't very hard to install. I think by choosing a black seat cover, it really tied this truck together because everything else in this truck is black. So by covering up that little bit of light gray and dark gray, really just made the truck look really uniform. I couldn't be happier. Okay guys, with those few steps, your seat covers are completely installed. I personally think that they look great. It is a huge upgrade in this 4th gen Tacoma to take it from that two-tone gray into this black and red look. I think it looks incredible. What do you guys think? As always, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Be sure to like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below what you think of these PRP seats. And if you're interested in getting a set for yourself, they are available at tacomalifestyle.com. We'll put a link down in the description below.